Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul K. Lemire. This is Your City, Your Voice, coming to you live from the studios of Video Sign Incorporated. Now, I'm not in the studio today only because of this weather. It's crazy out there. It's insane. I'm not going anywhere in this weather. I can hardly walk. My legs are like rubber. I shoveled 3 times yesterday and snow blowed. What do you call it? Snow blowed once, and I still got more work to do. This morning, I was out at 5 in the morning shoveling the end of the driveway where the plow plowed us in. I had to shovel the driveway to get Liz out this morning, so we were out there at 5 in the morning doing that. And I still got to go out and finish some stuff off, but I think I'll need the snowblower for it. These dopey plows come around, and although they're going to fine us for cleaning the sidewalk, which I did, the plow came and just filled it all back in. And they never fill it in with that light, fluffy snow that you shovel when you start out with. They fill it in with the heavy crap from the road, and then you got to struggle to get through it, big chunks and everything. So, not much fun. Not much fun when the city gets involved. Anything they do, like that's why. Why don't we have snow plows? Just do the sidewalks for us. They're finding us. They want to find us anyway. Woo, we got lots to talk about today. The election coming up in the province. Got big things happening in the United States, a big hockey game where everybody got mad at me, and I got to tell you all about that. Oh, man, lots to talk about on this Manic Monday. But first, let's get to our sponsors. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, Hamel Machine Company. So look at this weather now. Can you imagine having to go out in your car and it's not running right and you get broke down in that snow? It snowed 24 hours straight. You got to get hauled to your dealer. Oh, man, it's just you got to get a tow somewhere and everything. Guess what? You let Ken Hunter take a look at your car. You don't have to worry about it. He's going to make all systems are go. You're not going to break down. Everything's going to run right because he's checked it all out on his. And he's got all kinds of computer systems and everything there that check out everything on your car, and they make sure that it's running tip top. And if there's any error codes on the computer scan, guess what? He's going to fix them for you. You don't have to worry about it. You get an fender bender in this weather, hey, take your car to Wild Bill's. Ken's going to fix it for you. Get it out to you in showroom condition. You're going to be happy. Everybody's going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. Thank you for supporting our sponsors. And while we're at it, thank you for hitting the subscribe button down there. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave us a comment. Tell me I'm a jerk. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It's about discussion. Let's get people involved. Get your friends to subscribe. Come on, everybody. Listen to the show. Whether you like it or not, there's stuff going on in the world, and I'm giving you my opinion on it. And if you don't like that, leave a comment. Leave a comment because that's what it's all about. So, like I said, it's Family Day today. Happy Family Day to everyone. And to my American friends, it's President's Day. Happy President's Day to you. And with all this snow this weekend, there's no way I was going to the studio today. So I'm just waiting for March 1st. That's my summer. To me, that's when summer starts, March 1st. And we're going to get rid of all this crap, and we're on our way to some nice weather. It's got to happen. That's the way it is. Climate change, schmimate change. Where's global warming? I don't feel it today. It's 19 degrees out there, and I got to go out in it. Let's start out with some viewer comments from last show. I always love my viewers. I have the viewers. They leave comments and everything else, right? So let's see what they have to say. At Penny Brookified, I was talking about the St. Valentine's Day massacre in Al Capone on our last show. If you remember right, St. Valentine's Day was last Friday, and I talked about the St. Valentine's Day massacre. And Penny Brookified said the song "The Night Chicago Died" plays in her head whenever she hears the name Capone. The song was a hit by a band named Paper Lace. So interesting comment. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, most people think of the beginning of the end for the outfit in Chicago for sure, and Capone going to jail, and just a terrible day where they hammered and slaughtered 7 people without recourse. Nobody ever did discover who did it in that. So funny she remembers that song, and that song was by a band called Paper Lace. the night Chicago died. So interesting comment. Thanks for the comment, Penny Brookified. Um, Another one, a new commenter, Chicken Gnar. My concern is PP, Pierre Polivier, going to make the rightful change to seeing that low income people, including seniors like me, so I guess Chicken Gnar is a senior, can be supplied with safe, affordable housing. The waiting list is unforgivable. He only mentions people that are trying to buy homes, and this is true. We're all going to have to get out of our homes eventually, whether it's by can't afford it, the way they're raising taxes, or just by choice. Like, when you have to go out there in this weather and start shoveling driveways and that, it's not much fun having a house. There's a lot of maintenance to it and that. So people are getting out, but they have nowhere to go. A lot of people are stuck in their house because there's nothing else for them to do. There's nowhere for them to go. So yeah, good comment. Thank you very much at Chicken Gnar and new commenter. At Dave Wheeler, 1158. You're wrong about female officers because of the female officers. I don't think he said that. You're wrong about female officers because female officers are needed. I can't remember. I wrote it down, but I wrote it down wrong. Sorry, Dave. But I get his point. Female officers are needed. And I agree. Now, I'm not sure how Dave translated to what I said on Friday about female officers, that I didn't want any of them. Well, that's not what I said at all. What I'm saying, to make myself clear, is that I don't like the idea of DEI hires. In other words, they're hiring females because they need to fill quotas, affirmative action, if you will, quotas. Either way, call it what you want. I don't like that idea. I think they should be hired because they're the most qualified to do the job. So if you've got 20 people, 11 or 12 or 15 are women, and they're the most qualified, they get hired. They can meet all the demandments of being a police officer, a firefighter, or anything for that matter. They should be hired. I don't care who they hire. Male, female, it doesn't matter to me. I just want the most qualified, and I don't want them hiring people because of their sex, their sex, their color, their race, their religion, any of that crap. The best person gets the job. That's it. That's how simple it is. Now, I think there was a number I read about the force was 18% female, and that sounds a little bit high to me. Of all the police in the area, there's 18% that are female. Okay, well, if there's 100 cops, that means 18 are females. I mean, it's a very low number as it is. But I don't care if the force was 50% female. If they can do the job, then I don't care. So, Dave, yeah, no, I'm not wrong about it. I told you exactly what I thought should happen, and that's not DEI hiring. It's the most qualified. And yeah, well, women are needed. I mean, if you're going to search a female, it's better to have a female policeman, there, right? Rather than have a guy patting down some woman. I mean, that kind of gets honky today, right? So you're better off doing it that way. So those are the comments. There's only a few of them this time. Okay, so I get over to Facebook, and Facebook's a never-ending source of amusement for me. And I put controversial statements on there, and I get people like losing it. They totally lose it. And this time, I put on Sunday morning after the Canadians lost 3-1 to the United States. I said, Team USA rocks the 51st state in international hockey. Canadians blame Trump. Film at 11. So I'm just saying Canada lost. And it's the old Film at 11 we used to see on Channel 7 from Herb Weinstein and Tom Joles and Rick Azar and that gang, right? There's always a thing, something happens, Film at 11. Well, it's a play on that. It's just a jab here. And because they were booing the U.S. national anthem, so they gave them motivation to actually go out there and beat them. 3 fights in the first before the game even started. There was 3 fights. They went crazy. So anyway, I got a lot of comments on my post. One person really gave it to me. He said, referring to the country that I so proudly served in my military career as the 51st state is a slap in the face to myself and my fellow veterans. What an absolute insult, Paul. I mean, this guy's totally triggered, right? I am absolutely disgusted. Okay, he was insulted and disgusted that I called Canada the 51st state. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, he might not have liked that. But he kept on. The orange man is an absolutely disgusting piece of garbage. Keep on kissing his orange ass and drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm so disgusted by the wording of your post. Shame on you. I mean, this is taking it overboard. I understand. And it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there, right? He kept on about Cheeto Man and Orange Man bad and kissing his ass and drinking the Kool-Aid and blah, blah, blah. This guy was totally off the rails. And the sad part is I know the guy. He's a good guy. He was on my show before. Good guy, but I can't have him on anymore because he goes off the hook. I mean, if you're going to sit there and discuss it without all these swear words and cursing and everything else, that's one thing. But when you get to this point, I mean, you're off the hook. I mean, you've gone insane. You've got TDS so bad that you actually should get therapy. I mean, this is a thing. I called Canada the 51st state, and he thought that was a big insult. But he insulted all Americans, Trump and me, but that's okay. That's how it works with these guys. They don't practice what they preach at all, right? So but these same people have been calling Trump everything from Cheeto Man, Orange Man bad, Southern psychopath, felon, and the rest of the stuff they call him. They call him everything. For 8 years, they've been doing it, impeaching him, indicting him. They've been trying everything. And you say the 51st state, and people really go insane. You trigger them bad. You trigger them bad. So, now the Canadians, right? Now for the Canadians, booing the national anthem and everything else. Guess what's going to happen when this tournament moves to the U.S.? It's moving to Boston, to the TD Garden, I think it's called now. And guess what the Boston Bruins fans are going to do? And if Canada plays the U.S., they are going to be going crazy. They're going to be at big signs, 51st state, Gulf of America. They have big signs about booing the anthem. And, they're going to wreck the Canadians. They're going to wreck the Canadians. It's going to be wild. I haven't watched these games. I watched the opening of the Canada-U.S. game to see what would happen, and I was rewarded with 3 fights. I watched the last 2 minutes because I saw the score was close, and I thought, well, we'll see if Canada comes back. They lost 3-1. So that's it now. Oh my God. I mean, all this booing the anthem seems to have given the USA team motivation to win and beat Canada. But I don't know why anybody's getting mad at me. I mean, they should get mad at the team if the team lost, not at me. What are they getting mad at me for? I'm just putting a little headline there just to have a good time. And people get triggered. That's it. And you know how I feel about this whole thing, 51st state, that Canada, and I'll talk about that later, but we've been given an opportunity. We'll talk about that later. So, on Friday, I promised I was going to take a look at all these candidates running. So on Friday, we took a look at this guy, Cheeto Bandito, Wayne Gates, candidate for the MPP, or for the MPP candidate for the NDP party. And we went against all this stuff, and a lot of the stuff was I did this, I did that, we made it this, we did this, and that's fine. At least he has a record to run on. Whether you like it or not is another story, right? Whether you think he's done anything, that's up to you. And I have my own opinions on that. And I said I don't think he's done a lot. I went through all those points. Now, this time up, we have this crew. Ruth Ann Newestig with Ford, and this is her little flyer here with a phone number, NiagaraFallsOntario.ca. I mean, it doesn't even have her email on it. I don't see it anywhere. There's not way, I don't know what that 289 number is. Maybe that's her phone number, her office number, NiagaraFalls.OntarioPC.ca, Niagara Falls at OntarioPC.com. So this is just a regular thing that they make, the PC party. Nothing special. They got Ford. They drop anybody in here that you want, right? Could be me for all that matter. But that's what they're giving out. And of course, on the back we have a bunch of script, of course, right? President Trump's threats are putting hundreds of thousands of jobs at risk. Doug Ford needs a strong mandate from the people for his plan to protect Ontario, which is a pile of BS. BS. And I'm going to call Ruth Ann Newestig Ran, R-A-N, because I don't feel like saying the whole name all the time. So this is a pile of BS because he's already got a mandate. He has 16 more months. I don't know what he's trying to prove, but it's costing us $200 million. And to me, that's not a conservative candidate. What he did with COVID and everything else, that's not a conservative guy. So right away, I'm looking at this going, well, that's pretty generic. I mean, not a lot of effort went into this. We're going to print one thing and just put different people's faces in there. And there's nothing about what Ran is going to do. Because these are all just policies of the PC party. Building Ontario's economy, protecting workers, keeping us competitive, cleaning up our streets, delivering better care. So this is telling us what the PC party has done over the last 3 years they've been in, or whatever it's been. We don't have any indication of where Ruth Ann stands on any of this. We don't have an email for her to get a hold of her. We have nothing here, nothing. This is a big nothing burger. This is printed off and given out to people, which we have no idea what she stands for. We have no idea what she's done. She won't do any debates. There was a debate on Cogeco they aired on Sunday that they had. She refused to attend it. Now, whether she was told to or not, I don't know. And I don't really care. Because if you're a candidate, you better get the hell on stage with everybody else and explain yourself. We've done this. So what do you like? What do you don't like? You're just putting this on there and running as an appointed MPP. You're an appointed candidate, not elected. Nobody nominated her. There was no nomination. This is the Kamala Harris of Niagara Falls. Is that good or bad? Who knows? But this is a pile of crap, and you just throw this right in the garbage. There's no use even looking at it or talking about it anymore. At least the NDP candidate talked about what he's done in this city. Now, I mean, he's taking credit for a lot of stuff he probably never did. Well, we know he didn't because he didn't do a lot. But that's fine. He's got a record to stand on. He's going to tell you that he did this and that like all politicians. Just like Ford's telling you he's got to run and get a majority so that he can fight Trump. These guys. And he's going to cost us $200 million. That's not conservative. We believe in saving taxes. Lower taxes, immigrations, stop immigration, fiscal responsibility, a good economy. Where's Ruth Ann stand in all that? I have no idea where Rand stands on any of it. So the only thing I can go by is her city council. Right? I mean, she has got no experience as an MPP, obviously. She's only been on city council for 2 years, and that performance was dismal. In the 2 years she's been on city council, they raised taxes, and she voted yes for it 3 times, up to 18%. So what does she stand for? I mean, to me, she's a liberal. Everything I've ever seen her done is liberal. And, people say, well, you got to vote for the party because Doug Ford, we don't want the Liberals or the NDP or anybody else in there. Oh man. I do not like voting against people. I like voting for someone. And I cannot vote for someone who we don't know what her ideas are. She won't do pressers or debates. What does she stand for? I don't know. All I can judge is city council. I nicknamed her Only Eight because when she delivered her first budget in office just over 2 years ago for 2023, her answer to the 4% increase was it's only $8 a month now. Like to her, it might be $8 a month. And if she's totally oblivious to the economy surrounding her after coming out of COVID, where things escalated in price by 30 or 40%, our taxes have been raised, regional taxes were raised, utilities, gasoline, you name it, entertainment, everything went up by a huge amount. So it's not only $8 a month, it's $8 plus, 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 plus to the point where people couldn't afford to live in their house anymore. So to say it's only $8 a month is condescending. It, like it's just ridiculous. It shows me unconcerned. She's unconcerned about people's situations and oblivious to what the current financial crisis was at that time. And I mean, she's consistent because she voted yes to raise our taxes 7.9% the year after, and this year 4.9%. But she did learn, I give her credit, she learned never to repeat those words again because they're so condescending and so it's only $8 a month. Yeah, no, you don't do that. And she never repeated those words again. So she did learn. As her effectiveness as a city councilor, I mean, this is all I can judge her by. There's nothing on this about her. What's she going to put on there? I voted to increase taxes 3 times. I'm a conservative? No, of course not. Her big her big idea to cut taxes was to cut $50,000 off a $30 million budget for the fire department. I mean, come on, you can't sit there and go through 200 pages for the city councilors. It was even more of expenses and come up with 50,000 on a $30 million budget. Just nonsense. And you know what? She wastes a lot of time. Every time she gets up there and does crazy things because she talks about stuff that has nothing to do with what's on the table. It costs us $1,600 an hour for her to get up there and waste time, and she does a lot of that. The mayor don't stop her. I mean, since her record is all I can go on by her performance at city council, I just can't endorse her. I can't say I'm going to vote for her. I'm a conservative. I want to vote conservative, but there's nothing here. City council's a bust. She raised taxes 3 times. And now she won't do any pressers or she won't do any debates. Sorry. And lucky for her, it's a popularity contest. So she may give Wayne Gates a run, the NDP, because it's really, I mean, when you get down to it, right, Sylvester? It's my cat, Sylvester, right, Sylvester? It's a 2-person race. I mean, and yeah. So, I mean, if you want to vote for Ford, if that's who you're going to vote for, if you're a Ford guy, unfortunately, you got to hold your nose and vote for Rand. If you can't hold your nose and vote for Rand, hand back your ballot and say there's nobody qualified. I mean, she's relatively well known in Niagara Falls, so she may get away with this. But she's not going to win. I can't believe she's going to win. I think it's so hard to beat the incumbent in Niagara Falls because it is a popularity contest. I just can't see with her record, with not wanting to talk to anybody about what she believes and just handing this kind of crap out and going around shaking hands. And I don't know what questions she's answering or not, but if she can answer the questions about what a conservative is and what people are looking for out of this conservative government, then why is she doing debates or having a presser? I don't get it. Now, as well, guess who her campaign manager is? Louis Vecchio. Yeah, that's Jim Diodati's campaign manager. So that shows you how deep Diodati is in supporting her. And Diodati is the guy who should have really ran. Come on, let's face it. Diodati's the guy. Doug Ford called him the real MPP. He would be the best guy for the job. He's pro Niagara. He knows all the people. He's a marketing guy. He could really do a good job, but they didn't run him. Maybe he didn't want to. Maybe Ford wanted him to stay as mayor, to take care of business here for him. I don't know. But Louis Vecchio also works for the Innovation Hub and for the University of Niagara Falls. Jim Diodati's campaign manager, and now Ruth Ann Newestake's campaign manager. Pretty interesting. And I also noticed that that Rand is hooking her wagon to Mona Patel. Like they're joined at the hip everywhere. And you know why that is. She's going to trying to grab the Indian vote in town. Obviously. I mean, come on. Oh, yeah, I'm a racist. I'm a racist. And yeah, go ahead. Who cares? You can't see the obvious. And of course, Mona is a conservative. She's said that. And she also is works on Tony Baldinelli, MP Tony Baldinelli's campaign. So who knows? Maybe with the Indian vote, maybe with her being a little popular in Niagara Falls, maybe with the backing of Diodati and that, she can pull this off. I would say Wayne Gates should not take her lightly, not because she's qualified or anything, but just because she does have a lot of people that are pushing for her for one reason or the other. So Gates, Cheeto Bandito, be careful. And keep your eyes open and your hands on the wheel if you want to win, because this might not be as easy as you think. There's a couple other people that are running. We're going to talk about them. And tomorrow, I think I'll take a look at Shafoli Kapoor, the Liberal candidate. And this should be a good one because they parachuted her in from Toronto. Nobody knows who the hell she is. She says she's living around here while she's campaigning. And that kind of thing. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Yeah. But anyway, they did have a debate. And we're going to talk about that debate in a minute and see what they said. First, to my second sponsor, though, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. Now, they're running a special right now. $20 for a tray of pizza with 3 items. How can you beat it? It's the best deal in town right now. And they make a good pizza. Actually, when I finish this show, I'm going to have a piece of their pizza. That's what I'm going to do. I've got it right in the fridge ready to go. But you can't go wrong with Pete's Pizza. They got a menu this big. They've got everything on that menu. They make a tremendous pizza. They use the Mancini family who have been running Pete's Pizza in the region for 40 years. They're a franchise of that. They've been using their recipe for sauce and crust. Mike worked at an Italian restaurant for 15 years. He takes the real good Saputo mozzarella, mixes it with brick cheese for your cheese on your pizza. Fantastic sauce, fantastic crust, cornmeal on the crust. Everything I love about a pizza. The sauce and the cheese are in the right ratios. So you get that beautiful blend of cheese and sauce. Everything is really good. You can't beat Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. How do you get one? 905-374-2222. That's how easy it is. Dial the number. They do skip. They do dash. They also have a website, petespizzavictoria.ca, you can order off of. And believe me, if you don't want pizza from them, they have everything. Steak and cheese poutine, panzerotti, steak subs. They got it all there. Pete's Pizza Victoria Avenue. Support our sponsors because they support us and they support the city. That's right. We ask you to support our sponsors, and they're open till 2 in the morning, Friday and Saturday, for your convenience. See Pete's Pizza today. Okay, so this debate they had a debate. What if they started a war and nobody showed up? What if they had a debate and only the Cheeto Bandito and the Liberal candidate Shafuli Kapoor participated in the debate? Well, that's what happened. The Green Party and the Conservative Party candidates, who we featured today, ran Ruth Ann News. They never said they're not going to show up. They didn't want to participate. That was Friday afternoon at the Coaching Studio. So what did they say? Well, it seemed to be a hug fest here because the Liberals and the NDP work together all the time. So it's just a giant hug fest. They're going on, and there wasn't really. I haven't seen the debate. I got to watch it. It's going to be on. It was on yesterday sometime, but there's a schedule of when it's going to be on. I got to watch it. But to me, from what I read from Ray Spiteri in the review, and thank you, Ray, it was just a kiss fest. I mean, this and that. What they talked about is the racist. There are racists in the community. And too much hate towards immigrants. We have to stop that. That's what Gates' take on Niagara Falls is. We're all racist. Too many racists in this community. Well, of course, the Liberal candidate, Kapoor, agreed with that. Oh, yeah. Hate is growing against immigrants across Ontario, especially against certain communities. Oh, I wonder who that would be. Shafoli. I wonder what community that would be she's talking. Maybe Quebecois? No, it wouldn't be them. Polish? I don't think so. I can't figure it out. Maybe you can. Tell us who they're being racist against. What community? I can't figure it out. Sorry, folks. I couldn't take any more of this. I couldn't read anymore. I've had enough of these orange and red liberals. Let's face it. Jag meet votes with Trudeau every time, or you would have got rid of him 2 years ago, and we wouldn't be in this mess now we're in with this country. Should have got rid of him 10 years ago. But he sided with them all the way. 99% they vote with the Liberals. So NDP are orange Liberals. Let's face it, Liberals are really orange, red NDP if you want to get down to it. But I'm going to watch this pity party eventually for the illegals and refugees. And Canada spends hundreds of millions of dollars housing and taking care of them in luxury hotels. I think I read that they spent in Niagara Falls alone, February 1st, 2023, to February 1st, 2024, 100. I need a pizza right now. $100 million they've given to these hotels to house these people. 100 million taxpayer dollars. And you know what? There's 200 or 300 homeless in the city, have nowhere to stay, have nothing. They've given $100 million to refugees to stay at luxury hotels in Niagara Falls. Racism towards certain communities, huh? I think she should start playing violin and head back down the QEW to Toronto. Racism. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm gonna try to watch the debate. I mean, it's a pity party. It's just ridiculous. Now, it's too bad the PC candidate wouldn't have had the balls to get on with them and say something. Tell them to quit with the pity party and get down to issues. But alas, how can you talk about issues if you don't know what they are? If you just take this and print them on the back here, I don't even think there's issues on here. Maybe we're going to fight the liberal carbon tax. Yeah, right. So that was the debate. Now, Both candidates, of course, took notice of Rand's absence, with Gates saying, if you want to be a representative of Niagara, your first job is to show up. Right, Sylvester? Show up. But my local conservative opponent is hiding from the public and press. Wayne, you're right about that, Wayne. Oh, there's no doubt about that. You're absolutely right about that. He went on. The conservatives simply refuse to defend Doug Ford's record on healthcare, on housing, on affordability in the province of Ontario. The conservative candidate is unwilling to show up and defend that record. When you want this job, you want to take my job, you better have an obligation to show up at a debate. That's Wayne Gates' take on it. And Wayne, I don't agree with you very often. This I agree with you on. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. She should have shown up. It's a disgrace not to show up. And there's only one reason. There's only one reason she wouldn't show up. And that's because you guys would ruin her. Because she doesn't know the issues. Now, you can say I'm nuts. But please, give me another reason. Leave it in the comments. What other reason would she have for not showing up? Oh, they're going to gang up on me. Hey, it's part of it's part of the program. You want to be a public figure, you want to be a big shot and be MPP? Hey, you're going to take the hits as long with the praise. I sit here every day and believe me, I take a lot of hits. Some people say they love the show. Other people call me a moron, a jerk, a goof, an idiot. And I just say, hey, what are you gonna do? That's it. That's the way it is. Comes with the territory. You can't take it. You shouldn't be running for MPP, and you definitely should not avoid debates. But it didn't end there. Kapoor, the Liberal candidate, said, well, she is not as well known as Gates, her newest aide. She was brave enough to participate when the Conservative candidate chose to not even show up. And she's right about that. Bam. Shot fired across the bow of the PC ship. And they're both right. A no-show is no good. So you can watch it on the Conjugal website, yourtv.tv, Niagara, and anytime you like. The debate lasted an hour. Thanks to Reyes Materia, the review, for the great article. And this is why I can't throw my support behind her. I just don't know. I don't know where she stands. She's not experienced. She's a terrible counselor. And I know the Mama Luca, Nick Del Luca, or whatever his name is going to get on. He's going to be yelling and screaming about this. But the bottom line is, Nick, and anybody else who supports her, Chris Regas, big supporter, he was trying to tell us why we should vote for her. He had a hard time. It's because you can't defend her. You can't say anything about her. You don't even know. Oh, if you talk to her one-on-one. Okay, so 100,000 people, 150,000 people have to talk to her on one-on-one to be able to understand what she's about. You think that's going to happen before November 27th? What do we got? Today's, I said, 10 days. She's got to go and meet 150,000 people, 15,000 a day. Wouldn't it be easier to just tell us all in a press conference what she believes in, what her thoughts are about different things for Niagara? What's she going to do for Niagara? Say Wayne Gates don't do anything. Oh, what's she going to do? We don't know. We don't know. I'm going to go to my third sponsor, Hamel Machine Company, right now. I mean, Hamel Machine's been around since 1948. And I knew Tommy Hamel. I've been to the shop many times, see what they do. Look to me like a small machine shop. They do the machine parts and stuff like that, do custom stuff. But I never knew how big they really were. In our little town, we have this company that not only help the public like us with the small things we need, things welded and fixed and that. But they also do huge projects, and they're innovators and they're inventors. They come up with solutions to problems from me, my household, to the biggest industries in the world. They ship all over the world, coming up with new ideas and new innovations and things that are already existing, ways to do them better. They have a full shop there and they can help you with custom gates for your backyard or just the smallest part that you need fixed. They have a water jet cutter. They can cut pieces out for you. They have a 3D printer. They can make something for you. If you need something made, they can do it. They have people there, the IT people to create the programs. They have electrical engineers. Whatever you need done with metal or with welding or with anything, really, your trailer hitch breaks, don't wait for a new. Take it to Camel. They're going to fix it up for you. They'll make you a new part if you need a new part on it. Anything you need, Hamel Machine Company, right in our own backyard. You know, you always search for, what am I going to do? Oh, my hitch broke or this broke. What am I going to do? Hey, you go down to Kent Street or on Bridge Street to Hauser's Welding, which is part of Hamel now, and you get it done. You get it taken care of. Hamel Machine Shop. Go to hamelmachine.ca. They do work for big industries like wineries, custom racks for their showrooms and their tasting rooms. You got to see what they do. You got to go to their website and read about them. They're unbelievable. I never knew, right in our own little Niagara Falls here. And machine shops are really an integral part of industry because industries, they don't have their own machine shop. What they do when they need a part or something, they don't want to wait 6 weeks for it to come from Germany. They need it fixed now. And where do they go? Hamel Machine Shop. Check it out. Support our sponsors because they support the city. And if you want to really see a great interview, watch the interview with Bob Benner from Hamel Machine Shop. It's an amazing story where he came from and how he did all this and how he bought the company 27 years ago. You'll love it. Watch that show. Just look it up on YouTube. So, you know those speed cameras that everybody hates? The ones that Blade Runner keeps cutting down and other people keep spray painting the lenses wherever they pop up? Well, they're proving to be a great money grab. Last year, between January and October of 2024, they generated approximately $5.7 million in fines. Not bad for a cash grab, if you ask me. And the program hasn't even really got started. Hasn't been rolled out full time yet. Hasn't even been rolled out the way they want to. They're going to have more. Just another tax. If you want to speed, go ahead, just pay. It's all. It's about money. You don't get points. You don't get any kind of insurance report. Nothing. You just get a bill, and you got to pay per kilometer for all you want to speed over the limit. That's it. Now, I was thinking about this, and since I was a kid and all that, and I don't remember any public school I went to or high school for that matter of a kid getting hit by a speeding car. Ever. So, is this really a problem? I don't know. Well, tell me in the comments. I've never heard of anybody getting hit. Is this a big problem? People speeding through school zones? I really don't think it is. I think distracted driving is more of a problem. Them not paying attention, and a kid runs out. They hit them, maybe. I don't think speeding is the problem. But this is a good, easy way to make money and make lots of it. It's a cash cow, nothing more, nothing less, under the guise of protecting your children, which is not very sincere. Just put a cruiser by the school with radar for a few hours a day. Catch the guys who are speeding. You're going to catch them. And I think that program like that would never make enough money, but this does. And then we're going to be inundated with these one-eyed bandits. They're spreading like chickenpox right now in the second grade class, and there's no getting around it. That's just what they are. So at the end of the day, it's a tax grab. It's a tax grab. That's all they're doing to us. But they pay big money, $5.7 million. Oh yeah, they make big coin. So let's see. The Trump and Elon crusades continue south of the 49th parallel, which I hope one day is removed. That 49th parallel, where there's no border. We become one nation, and the waste is staggering. Here's some more tidbits of where taxpayer dollars were spent down south, and don't think it's not happening in Canada. Of course, the benefactors of these slush funds are aghast and protesting Elon, calling for an impeachment of Trump. Well, of course they are. You name it, they're trying to hang on to their ill-gotten gains. I mean, they don't want to kill the goose that laid the golden egg for them. But unfortunately, Trump is moving so fast they can't keep up to him. And the best that gets me is Elon Musk don't have security clearance. Hey, please get off that wagon. Please don't tell me that. This guy sends rockets into space for NASA. Do you really think that this guy doesn't have security clearance? They just give some Mama Luke the right to blow rockets off at NASA, Cape Canaveral, wherever he blows them off from, recover them, and ask them to go rescue their 2 astronauts they can't get back? And he doesn't have security clearance? How ridiculous. How ridiculous. They are really something else. They are really a bunch of screaming crybabies, Schumer and Watts and the whole bunch of them. Unbelievable. They're a bunch of bachagaloopes. So here's what they're looking at. How about all this? Here's some more tidbits. Social Security. They found thousands of people over 150 years old collecting Social Security. And Musk said either they're dead or they're the oldest people in the world and they should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. They found 50 million worth of condoms sent to Mozambique. 3 million to Gaza for a rap singer singing songs against Israel and the U.S. They sent $7 billion to something called the United Climate Fund. They can't find this money. They don't know where it went. They're looking for it. They don't know where it went. $3 million for steroid-enhanced hamster fights. Yeah, they're giving hamsters steroids and letting them fight. $3 million worth. 600,000 for parrot. You know, parrot, the papagalo parrot. Romance studies. $600,000 to see how parents have romance. Millions to Reuters for large-scale media deception. 2.3 million on cocaine effects on beagles. So they want to know how cocaines affect dogs, beagles. $500,000 for racial aggression on mice. They want to see if mice are racially aggressive to other mice. $500,000 to watch that. And 2.1 million to encourage Ethiopians to wear shoes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is scandalous, unbelievable. But this is where the money's going. Taxpayer dollars going for this crap. You're starting to laugh. I know you are. I know you're starting to laugh because I always do. You think we don't have these problems in Niagara Falls and in Canada? Feds have spent $100 million in Niagara hotels to house immigrants. Nearly 5,000 of them between February 1st, 2023 and February 1, 2024, which amounts to $20,000 a person. May not sound like a lot, but that's 80,000 tax-free dollars for a family of 4, not to mention costs including rooms, meals, services, security, as well as access to free healthcare, dental, and anything else they need in the city, any services. I mean, that's bad enough when we have Canadians living on the street. It's not right. But our city isn't immune from this neither. And we need a DOGE kind of system here to check in with this. And how about this? 25,000 on a concrete ping pong table. 40,000 on a pollinating meadow. $5,000 for 2 disc golf baskets, $5,000 on concrete chess tables, $60,000 on a misting station and water bottle filler, $25,000 on a dog agility course, and more. All these things total $350,000 of our dollars they wasted. Not to mention $17 million eventually on the NST trail, a trail we don't need, $17 million on the exchange, another white elephant, and a $700,000 slush fund called the Innovation Hub, which have no books. Nobody knows where they're spending the money. There's people working there that are part of Jim Diodati's campaign and everything else. I mean, seriously, folks, we laugh at the United States and what's going on there, but we need that here. We need a DOGE. And that's not even to mention deep dives needed looking into Holdco, the Innovation Hub, University of Niagara Falls connection to the city, Niagara Regional broadband sale. We still haven't heard about what that went for. Last I heard, they were waiting to get the board members together so they could tell us. You know who the board members are? City Council. Why can't they just say it in a city council meeting? They have to have a vote on it? Go into camera and vote on it. It's just such a bunch of baloney. It's such a bunch of baloney. Then we got to look into city reserve funds. All these reserve funds they have. How much is in them? Who's holding them? What are they doing with them? How about $2.5 million for the casino patrol? Councilor Lococo made a motion to look into this almost a year ago, May 28th council meeting. And there's not been a word about it. Not one word about this casino patrol for the cops. We already pay $213 million, our share of that, for policing Niagara Falls. And we have to give them another $2.5 million for the casino patrol, which they do as part of their regular patrol. Why are we giving that? Councilor Lococo made a motion to find it out a year ago. We haven't heard a thing. Not one word about it. Got to look into that. $30 million fire department budget. Just keep writing checks. Oh, yeah. Rand said she wanted to take $50,000, find $50,000 to save on a $30 million budget. That's who's running for PC MPP. She's really going to save us a lot of money, isn't she? There's one good thing about Rand getting elected and going up to Queen's Park is she won't be on city council anymore. And really, we got to look at all staff on city council. I mean, come on, 57 hires in the last 2 years, 30 last year, 27 this year. Don't know who they are. Don't know what they're doing. We need a DOGE to look into this stuff. It's ridiculous. You think the United States and Elon Musk and their things, these crazy things, a rapper, $3 million to a rapper in friggin' Gaza? You think these are bad? We have the same problem here. Oh yeah, they're smaller. They're not billions or hundreds of millions, but they're enough for our taxes to go up. They're enough for our taxes to go up, and we keep paying taxes. There's too much waste. Man, if somebody runs for mayor and says they're going to try to straighten this crap out, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be refreshing? We're going to hire a DOGE. I know who I'd hire right away. I get a guy in here I know right away who I get in. I'd say, you're DOGE. You have access to every department. Go crazy. Oh, I would. That's the first thing I'd do. And that's it. That's it for me today. That's it. I don't know, Gary. I haven't kept time, Gary. I don't know if I'm at an hour. Don't get mad at me, Gary Wilkins. My buddy gets mad at me. I don't do an hour. But that's it. More snow coming. I got to get outside with the snowblower and blast the bottom of the driveway here and that kind of thing. I already shoveled. Maybe I got to shovel again. It looks like it's drifting over here a little bit. So get your shovels polished up. But remember, March 1st is the beginning of summer. Happy Family Day, everybody. Happy President's Day to all my friends in the United States. Don't forget to support our sponsors, Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, and Hamel Machine Company. God bless you all. We are blessed. here at Your City, Your Voice. I'm being able to bring the show to you every day. And don't forget to leave comments, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave some comments, and get involved. Please get involved. We got an election coming up November 27th. Look at the candidates seriously. Throw down your vote. Make sure you go out and vote. And if somebody said to me, well, you're not going to vote. And I go, well, no, yeah, I'm going to vote. I'm going to get my ballot, and it's going to be crossed off the list that I voted. But I might just hand it back and say there's nobody on this ballot worth voting for. That's my protest. But I will vote. I will vote. I guarantee you I will vote. I want you to too. I want you to get involved. October, November 2026, we have a city election. And by then, I want to have a lot of people talking about it, a lot of people interested. Let's get the council we deserve. And with 27% turnout, we can't. And we need a big turnout for this one coming up on February 27th. So let's get people involved. Let's get out. Let's get going. Let's do what's right. And I'm out of here. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to put on my parka, and I'm going outside to shovel. Take care. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow with Trash Talking Tuesday on Your City, Your Voice. And of course, I'm Paul K. Lemire, signing off. Ciao, ciao.